So here we are once again. We're gonna see if we can't go to Ireland. Let's see what we can find out there, even though it's obviously a trap.
You know how to get to Ellis Island?
What you want to do at Ellis Island in middle of night?
Just answer the question.
Of course I know get to Ellis Island.
Okay, let's go. Ellis Island. Any immigrant who came to improve his lot in this country knows this island. This is where they put you the first time you set foot in America. As soon as you get off the boat, a guy with an elegant white lab coat visits you. If you don't have health or mental problems, you're allowed to enter the registration room. There, some kind of inspector asks you all kinds of information about you. Where you were born, how much money you have, and if you have a criminal record. If you answer correctly to all these questions, welcome. Starting today, you're part of the grand old USA too.
Make sure it's recording. It is. I was wondering if somehow this whole stuff...
The Statue of Liberty. When I got to New York, it was the first thing I saw. A powerful and proud woman with a torch full of hope, shining her light on the entire world. But today, that hope has turned into melancholy. Melancholy for everything we could have become in this country, but didn't.
This is up in Ellis Island over here is what's going to lead to everything that happened in the beginning of the game, like where we saw it happen later. But we'll see.
Hi, Del Nero.
Malone.
A man was killed at the Melville port tonight by the usual suspects. That's basically what I was supposed to write in the report about the McLean homicide. That's what Black Lily ordered me to do. But something changed their plans. Your friend was able to escape, hide the girl, and call the police. And if that weren't enough, he decided to call you too. He knew that the people who were looking for him wouldn't have had any problems buying the silence of some lieutenant or even of the police chief. So he needed someone he considered to be incorruptible. You.
John always thought too much of my honesty.
Even before escorting you to the department, I had instructions to frame you. You had a history with McLean, and that made things easier for me. The point was to keep you here until the men from Black Lily, disguised as forensics, collected everything they needed from the port.
A perfect plan.
Right. But your friend got involved, paying your bail and pointing you to the trail of the real killers of your former colleague. Even if you were out on bail, I never thought you'd make it all the way to Marsetti.
It seems that, as a detective, I'm not a complete washout yet. And it also seems that you are not as honest as the award hanging in the police department affirms with so much pride.
Well, that isn't just a simple award, Del Nero. It's a promissory note on my soul.
Explain that.
I received that award from Mayor Weston for having caught Samuel Cutter, the former boss of Black Lily here in New York.
Yes, I know the case. And I'm also smart enough to understand that not everything is as rosy as it seems.
Cutter wasn't well seen, and the organization didn't like it. They knew that with the public opinion against them, getting control over the city wouldn't have been as easy as it had been in the past. So they decided to get Cutter and all the people connected to him arrested. At least, that's what they wanted the people to believe in. Actually, the only ones who ended up in the slammer were simple collaborators and a few small-time crooks. In some cases, even regular folks who for some reason had a debt with them.
Patrick Olson.
Now, he was one of the many.
Malone, why are you telling me this story?
Because you are my only chance at redemption, Del Nero, at least in part for everything I've done over the years.
You think that by letting me live, I'll destroy an organization like Black Lily? Malone, I'm a private detective, not a superhero in a kid's comic book.
I'm not expecting anything from you, Del Nero, but given how the organization is persisting on looking for the girl, I guess she's got to be pretty important to them. And if they can't find her, maybe something might change.
They'll get rid of you as soon as they figure out what you're doing.
If that's how things are supposed to go, let them.
What are you planning to do now?
Nothing. I'll just wait and see what happens. And there's no better place to do that than in front of a huge statue that symbolizes justice.
Whatever you want.
Well, good luck, Del Nero. May destiny smile on you.
I don't believe in destiny, Malone.
I'm sure.
I still don't trust him.
I leave him alone with his thoughts and go away. Maybe his advice to get a change of scene isn't as bad as it seems. Maybe that's what I should do. I should disappear. All of a sudden, a hiss interrupts my thoughts, and then silence again. A silence full of death. Malone crumples over as if he were without a skeleton, a limp body that hits the floor. Then a second hiss. A sharp pain in my neck. I fall on my knees. My muscles aren't responding to me. Anesthetic. My vision starts to get cloudy. I fall into darkness.
I hate people who are late, and the guy that I'm waiting for should have been here more than an hour ago. I can't stand it. I can't stand any of the reasons why people are late. Whether they didn't plan their time properly, had a problem, or even worse, know that the person who's waiting for them doesn't have a choice. The man that should have been here an hour ago has documents that I need to have if I want to leave this state with the girl. Without those, I would have to stay in this dump for who knows how long. All of a sudden, the joint's door starts to creak. Someone's coming in. A horrible stench of cologne fills me nostrils. It's him. It's Smiley. He sits down at the bar and starts talking like we were old friends. I cut him short and I ask him if he has what I need. He puts the documents on the table, a nautical passport and a permit to let the girl get on board. He tells me that the passport is missing the photograph and that I'll have to get one myself. Then he takes a napkin and writes a name. Sainte Marie de la Mer. This is the name of the ship that I have to take to leave New York. Getting on a mercantile ship pretending to be a sailor is the only way that I have found to leave the state. And according to what Smiley says, I'll have to get to Brooklyn to do so. I expressly asked to set sail from Newark, but Smiley doesn't seem to have understood. I'm grasped by an incredible desire to punch him in the face, but it's not the time. I give Smiley the money. $50. Too much for false documents, but not that excessive considering that they are the only way to save me life. After taking the money, Smiley sputters something that sounds like good luck and leaves. Taking with him the stench of his cologne dabbed on in the hope of hiding the chemical stench of the crap he works with all day. Ridiculous. The guy that I almost put in the slammer a few years back for forging documents is now the same guy from whom I'm buying me freedom. Destiny is a strange thing.
I knew it was Smiley that had to go on the documents. That was pretty clear. Like, I clean a gun.
I bet that if I looked up the word yokel in the dictionary, I'd find a photograph of this guy.
I just clean my gun. We don't take too kind to your pots in here.
What do you want, stranger?
Is this your place?
Yes, and the rifle I keep in my hands as well.
I see that there's a warm welcome in this house.
My friend, this place sees mostly farmers and truck drivers, and I don't like you, your little friend, and that guy who came in a while ago.
I'm just passing through.
I hope it. City slickers don't do well here.
See, we don't take too kind to your tops in here.
I have to go.
Okay.
A metal ashtray. That could be helpful. I don't have any idea what I could do with it, but I'll take it anyway. Ketchup, napkins, and various condiments. Everything that you need to give flavor to the swill they serve in this place. I don't need it. Bottles of whiskey and gin, and not the best on the market.
Look, Lincoln.
Jefferson Davis, Alexander Stevens, and other guys who a few decades ago wanted America's cessation. Fantastic. All I needed was secessionist nostalgia. Battles. A photograph of a farm and a horse. Nothing strange for a country cafe. A photograph of a Confederate flag. I hate Confederates. No, better letters. By looking at the cables, I'd say that it must be the electric panel. If I get near it, that yokel owner wouldn't think twice about pumping me full of lead.
I said more gas station for a minute.
The sign in front of the station says gas.
I was about to say, that'd be really weird.
They're booze signs, but I don't recognize any of the brands. $0.10 for a gallon of gas and 8 for one of kerosene. Only in the countryside can you still find kerosene stations. Nowadays it's only tractors that still use that type of fuel.
Man. So much different in the process today, but once again shows you the value of
Before
money.
I go back to New York, I need to figure out the problem of the photograph and the documents. House special, lard with beans. I guess I couldn't expect champagne and caviar in these parts. It's a sort of photographic set. There are some wires running under the platform. This stuff probably needs to be plugged in. It doesn't work. I don't think it's plugged in. I don't think it's plugged in.
So I have to get into the electric panel. But also I can't just go right past the guy.
Essex County, New Jersey. I've come a long way.
It's a Jersey thing. Humble gasoline.
Sainte Marie.
Let's do this.
That's a terrible idea.
I mean, knock him out with the ashtray. I don't see how you could do it with an ashtray.
No,
But
it isn't working this way. No. Ketchup, not everything that you...
You again, stranger?
How does this camera out here work?
What do you want to know?
When I'm not talking to yokels, I dabble in photography.
Huh?
So, does that thing outside work or not?
No. I only use it when the Bunyan Derby goes by.
Bunyan Derby. What the hell is that?
Every March the 3rd, a marathon comes by from Los Angeles. About 200 idiots for 3 months trudge along Route 66 to New York. When they go by, they all want a photograph to remember their achievement. So I bought that thing there.
I need to take a photograph.
This is a gas station, not a photographer's lab. You need a photograph? Do like everyone else does and go see old Elliot in town. That old half-wit will be more than happy to have a new customer.
I need it now.
And that's your problem, stranger.
I have to go.
Okay.
If I get... That panel definitely powers up the photography set that's outside here. If I could get my hands on it, I could turn on that device. A spittoon. Interesting metaphor for this place. I hate people who spit. It's a cash register. Risking getting shot with a gun for a few bucks isn't a good idea. Cigarettes and a lighter. I never leave home without them.
I just want to see what the name of that. Black Phillip. Huh. Philip Marlowe. Clever. Options. Switch back to classic.
If I want a drink, I have me rye with me. No, it isn't working this way. It doesn't make...
Let's see here. What time is it? Getting close to the end of this one.
Nice stools. It doesn't make... No, it doesn't make any... It doesn't... I don't have time to sit down now. I'm in the middle of nowhere with a stolen car and a girl that I don't even know. What a great situation.
Anything out here I missed?
I don't need any. The car's full. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea. No, it isn't. Better not. If I get near that door, that yokel owner might shoot me. I better be careful around here. It's the kitchen door. Considering the level of cleanliness in the rest of this joint, it's better that it stays closed. Open 24 hours a day. I guess that's the only reason to go to a place like this.
Is there a back way in or anything?
Essex County, New Jersey. It's a rain tank.
Shoot it. Shoot it.
If I shot now, the gas station owner would fill my guts with lead before I could get away. It's a terrible... If I shot now, the gas station owner would fill my guts with lead before I could get away.
Well, I think it'd be a like different response.
It doesn't...
Shoot, gas tanks, blow them up.
No, it isn't working. Mars gas station. If it weren't the only gas station open at this hour, I'd definitely have blown right past. I don't like this place.
Be something we're missing. Let's go back inside. Now I'm gonna cut this video and then start on the new one.